and we are multiplying. What's the values that we're multiplying? X
plus 3, and then x minus 4.
X minus 4. Okay, so we're going to start with using the area model, and it's very similar to what we did last week. Remember last week we had algebra tiles, and so we had x plus 3 and x minus 4. And so we created this rectangular model of your answers, right? We're going to kind of streamline this a little bit. You still need to understand the models, but let's just break it down by how many terms. We have a binomial times a binomial. You have a 2 by 2, which is why I have 2 columns and 2 rows. So each term gets its own column or row. So x plus 3, and then this side would be x minus 4. So we're almost doing the exact same thing that we did with the algebra tiles, but instead of breaking each unit into its own single piece, you're combining all of your units as a term together. So what's x times x? Squared. So this is what you guys did on all of those puzzles. What is x times 3? 3x. Negative 4 times x? And negative 4 times 3. Very good. Okay, so now, in order to get your answer, you just have to combine like terms. So, is there anything that's like x squared? No, x squared. It has to have the same variable and the same exponent. No, so x squared just comes down by itself. What about 3x? Negative 4x. So we're going to combine those terms. What will I get when I combine those? Okay, and then, very good. And we would have gotten the same thing had we had multiplied with the algebra tiles over here, right? X and then x squared. Except it's more streamlined. All right? Okay, let's look at number 2 and number 4 together. So number 2, 2x plus 5 times 2x minus 5. I have a 2 by 2, right? 2 terms by 2 terms. So does it matter if I use the top or the side for either set? No. So 2x plus 5, then what would be along the side?
2x minus 5.
2x plus 5 times 2x minus 5. Okay, so my top left box. 4x squared. Okay, 2x times 5. 10x. Negative 5 times 2x.
Negative 10x.
And
Negative 25.
very good. Okay, so let's combine some like terms.
10x minus 10x.
That's 0.
Okay, so this is going to make 0. Well, what else should I have pulled down already? What do you mean nothing? 4x squared.
Oh, that's what you meant.
I thought you meant like.
You want descending exponents.
I thought you said you want to combine.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so once you combine 10x and negative 10x, what would my next term be?
Minus 25.
Minus 25. Very good. Okay. 4x plus 3 squared. So what are my two binomials?
4x plus 3.
4x times 4x plus 3.
Very good. Alright. So that first top left-hand box, what am I going to get?
16x squared.
And then
12x.
And then
12x. 9.
okay, so let's bring down what we have. What's my highest exponent?
16x squared.
16x squared. Then?
24.
Good. 24x. 12x and 12x together make 24x. And then?
Oh, 9.
What's 9? And
Okay.
you're done.
This is kind of awesome.
Kind of.
Okay. Now, add these two problems to the bottom of your page. You're not going to have a whole lot of space for them, but add these problems to the bottom of your page. And I'm going to go ahead and get that first one started with you, but you're going to be able to figure it out. I'm sure of it. Okay? So, how are these problems different?
It's a trinomial.
Good. I have a binomial times a trinomial. So instead of having a 2 by 2,
By 3.
I have a 2 by 3.
Yo! Sounds like a rectangle.
Oh, my bad.
Okay? So I've got it set up for you, but you guys are going to do the multiplying. So now what I want you guys to do is numbers 1, 3, and then those 2 extras on the bottom. Okay?
Alright.
Can you?
Well, you stand.
What was number 1?
2x squared plus 7x minus 30.
Good. Number 3.
I got you again. 15x squared plus 29x minus 14.
Very good.
Yo, you're actually so smart.
I know.
All right. You guys had to finish that first one for me. What was that? And we're finishing x cubed
Yo.
plus what? 72. Great. And then last one. Huh? Negative 2x cubed plus 7x squared minus 60. Good.
Let's go.
All right. So there's the area model. I'm also going to show you double distribution, and we kind of talked about double distribution on Friday. But area model and double distribution, it's just two different ways to find out the same answer. So I'm not going to ask you after I show you both to ever do both. What I'm giving you is an alternate way. If you end up liking double distribution better, that's the way that you can solve instead of area model. But if you prefer the area model, you can keep using it, okay? So just an alternate way. So x plus 7 times 4x minus 2. I have a 2 by what? That's a 2 by 2.
2 by 2. No, you got binomial times binomial.
So you would have a 2 by 2 squared. X plus 7 and 4x minus 2. Okay? So what would go in my first square?
5x squared.
4x squared.
4x squared. It's better than
And then second square, 28x. Third, negative 2x. And fourth, negative 14. Okay, so right there I can pull my answer. I've got 4x squared. What's my center term?
26x.
26x. And then my last term?
Minus 14.
Minus 14. Okay, so we already know the answer, but now I'm going to show you how to double distribute.
You're going to tell us how to do these?
X plus 7 times 4x minus 2. Okay, so double distribution is exactly what it says. You're going to distribute twice, so you're going to double distribute. Take your first term in that first binomial, and you're going to distribute it to every term in the second binomial. So you're going to multiply x times 4x, which would give me what?
4x squared.
And then x times negative 2.
Negative 2x.
Okay. And then you're going to do the same thing with the second term, 7, and distribute it to those values in your second binomial. So 7 times 4x
28x.
and 7 times negative 2. And then you combine like terms, and again you get 4x squared plus 26x minus 14.
Why don't you distribute to the x plus 7? Like from 4x minus 2.
You could,
Oh.
but you're only going to go from one to the other. You're not going to do this 4
Oh, I
times.
got you.
Okay, let's do a 2 by 3 using double distribution. So, x minus 3 times x squared plus 2x plus 1. Double distribution. I'm showing you the other way to solve, because if you want to keep using the area models, you can. Alright. First term, x. Where am I going to distribute it?
To x squared.
X squared, 2x, and 1. Everything in the other set of terms. Okay, so when you multiply those, what's the first thing you're going to get? X cubed. Then
2x squared.
2x squared. Then
X.
and then x. Good. Now we're going to distribute which value?
Negative 3.
Negative 3.
Negative 3x squared.
Then what?
Negative 6x.
And then,
Negative 3.
okay, so now we combine like terms. What's my first term going to be? X cubed.
You're going to get negative x squared.
Good.
You're going to get negative 5x.
Good.
And negative 3.
And negative 3. Okay. So at this point, you kind of have got a feel for both of those, and if you would like to make a decision at this point on which way you're going to use more often than the other, or if you want to keep playing with both directions and just see which one starts to feel better, you can. What you're going to do is you're going to finish the rest of the problems on that page. Now, I get that it says area model versus double distributing. You don't have to do both. Pick one, solve it that way. I'm not asking you to solve it twice. All right?
No problem.